So we're getting a great opportunity to see how we actually make the next barrel of aged Manhattans. We start off with 400 milliliters of Antica vermouth. Important that we try to use the same cup so we don't insert any additional error into the measurement system. In other words, whatever error is here will be consistent throughout, so our reproducibility and repeatability is very high. From a Six Sigma standpoint, Gauge R&R is an excellent approach. So I'm going to put in, I should get a funnel because this is a lot easier with a funnel, but we will do this the old-fashioned way and the tough way. So it has the vermouth is going in. The reason I use the vermouth first is that way when I'm using the whiskey later, it cleans everything up. Please ignore any background noises because unfortunately I'm not in a noise controlled environment. Now, before adding the whiskey, I'm going to add the bitters. I'm using the Angostura bitters, 24 milliliters of this. In past mixes I have used the Angostura orange bitters, but this time I'm going to use the regular ones. So for course this bottle you have to be careful because it's designed to squirt into the tumbler normally. So I'm going to basically try to fill up till I get to 24 milliliters roughly. If we go with 25, the world will not come to an end. It'll be fine. So we're getting dangerously close. And I know the anticipation is just about killing everyone. But don't worry, we're almost there. So with the bubbles, 24.5 milliliters. So sue me, I went a little bit over. I'm going to pour that in. Now, we're getting ready for the main course here. This one will be made with Jameson Irish whiskey. I've made this also many times with Templeton Rye whiskey, which is also known as the good stuff. This is the stuff that Al Capone used. And we're going to use 1.4 liters of this. Actually, I just realized that we cut ourselves short of 100 milliliters of the vermouth, so I'm going to go back and do this. This is why you never do mixing of Manhattans after you've had a couple of Cosmopolitans. It clouds your vision. Not to worry, you can see that immediately the situation is rectified. No problem. Problem fixed. So 0.5 liters of vermouth, and now we're going to put in 1.4 liters of whiskey. This is a 500 milliliter beaker, so I'm going to use 2 full beakers of 500 and 1 to 400. I'm going to put it on the counter so I can get the right amount. And I'm at 500 milliliters, and I want to make my life easier by getting a funnel. Because God created funnels to make it easier to pour stuff into my barrel. There we go. You notice how much faster I can put it in. So that's the first one. I'm going to fill up again. So I have 1 liter going in. The aroma from this Jameson, by the way, is really, really good. And the Manhattans that are made with the Jameson straight up and the Antica vermouth, Antica is a critical component for this, are very tasty, but the aged one after 38 days in a barrel are just to die for. So now we have 1 liter of whiskey, and I'm going to put in 400 milliliters. And actually you can get to 350 milliliters, and then you have to start watching it because these 2-liter barrels not all created equal. Some of them have a little bit more, some a little bit less capacity. So we're at 400 milliliters, and as I mentioned, I'm going to put in a lot of it in here. Now here's something that's fun that I like to do. I like to pour some of it into the test tube that I have the bitters and rinse it out. So I'm using basically Scotch to rinse out this and continue filling. So I get all of my bitters that were in the beaker and the test tube down to the end. Now we're getting close, so I'm going to lift and I'm going to watch the fill amount because I don't want to overflow. You want to fill it up to the top and not overflow. Now I'm going to do it freehand and just top it off. And this one's going to take the full 1.4. And since it's taking a little bit more, if in doubt, top it off with a little bit more whiskey because it makes the world go round. That's perfect fill. I take my plug, I plug it in. While holding it, my spigot is closed, I'm going to gently roll this around and shake this. Now I'll put a label on this, and here comes the hard part. We wait 38 days for this baby to get ready. Thanks for watching.